Space. Links.
Hey, and welcome back. This is Keith here again, and I'm going to show you in this video how to install Visual Studio Code using um, my screen reader with NVDA. JAWS is the same way, but um, I'll be coming out soon with a video explaining why I made the switch from JAWS to NVDA for programming. I use JAWS every now and then, but rarely ever now. Um, but that'll be in a future video. But I want to show you how to install this. I want to then open up a simple markup page, just HTML, and then I want to open it with an extension that you can get in Live Server, that you can get in VS Code called Live Server. So it's basically just showing you a little bit about what it can do. I also want to show you the docs page, just a link, and then in a future video I will make sure to go through Visual Studio Code more in depth and kind of give you an overview of the docs and then walk you through some of the things you can do, especially with the screen reader, since you can optimize Visual Studio Code for a screen reader. All right, so the first thing I'm going to do is copy this link and paste it into Google, or into the browser. I will put this into the description below.
Blank.
You can also Google this in um, what is it? You could, oh yeah, it's Visual Studio Code for Windows, and it should be one of the first ones.
HTTPS.
Sorry, I was checking something out.
Blank. HTTPS. H.
All right,
HTTPS
so the
colon slash.
first thing I'm gonna do is copy this and then go to
Start window.
Google Chrome. I say Google,
New tab
but
dash Google Chrome.
I'm so used to Google Chrome. So I'm just gonna paste this in the address bar.
Download Visual Studio Code dash Mac comma. Alert this site uses cookies for analytics.
All right, it goes straight to it. Alerts me it uses cookies.
Click main landmark download visual.
So if I go to the top of the page and then press H to get to my first heading and then press Tab,
Windows download link.
you'll hear the Windows download. So press enter on this.
Downloading 56.9 megabytes comma. VS Code user setup dash x64 dash 1.42.1.exe alert.
You hear it downloading, so I'm waiting on it to tell me it's finished. Takes it just a second.
Download complete colon.
There we go. So download complete. Now I'm gonna go open this up. I could have also
File
done a
Explorer
Shift
window.
F6, but I'd rather go get it out of the folder.
D. Downloads check row. Downloads.
Downloads.
Early. Today grouping expanded.
Today.
Earlier this week grouping. Today grouping expanded. VS Code user setup dash x64.
All right, VS user code setup. So I'm gonna hit enter on this.
Window dialog. Downloads window. Items view list. Today grouping expanded.
Now, if it does not
Setup dash Microsoft Visual
there
Studio
it
Code left
is.
paren.
Okay.
User right paren.
Sometimes it doesn't want to put your focus, but if it doesn't, you just Alt Tab till you find the window that says Setup.
I do not accept the agreement radio button.
Here we want to just accept the license agreement. I'm up here to get to the radio
I accept the
button.
agreement radio button check.
All right, I'm gonna hit
Next greater button Alt
Tab
plus N.
and go to Next.
Select the additional tasks you would like setup to perform while installing Visual Studio Code, comma, then click Next dot. Tree view. Create a and desktop icon checkbox.
All right, so this is what we want it to do when it installs. It'll set up a few extra things. So I'm gonna go through them and tell you what I did. You can choose whichever one you want. That's fine. But just to make sure it's all understood. So
Add create a and desktop icon checkbox selected, not checked.
so you can create an icon on your desktop.
Add quote open with code quote action to Windows Explorer file context menu check.
Okay, you can add open with code to the file menu. So whenever you are on just a single file, you can right click or hit your applications or Shift F10, and then you can actually up arrow to or down arrow to code open with code. There's also a shortcut where you can just open that menu up and hit I and it'll open it with code. Now this next option.
Add quote open with code quote action to Windows Explorer directory context menu checkbox.
So this is Windows Explorer directory context menu. So this is if you right click on a folder or applications key, open that menu on a folder. You can also do the same thing. It's going to give you an open with code.
Register code as an editor for supported file types checkbox selected checked.
Yes, you do want to register this as a supported editor for file types because I mean, in the future, whenever the more videos I come out with, the more files we're gonna be involved with. So there's so many different extensions that we're gonna want to open in Visual Studio Code in order to edit them.
Add to path left paren. Requires shell restart right.
All right, add to path. You definitely want to do this because you want to be able to get to anything. You want to be able to get to this from anywhere. So having it on the path, you can use the command line and things like that within Visual Studio Code. So that's nice. You don't have to actually open a terminal to the side.
Create a and desktop.
All right, so that's it for that. We hit
Add quote open with code.
tab
Add
till we
register
get to
code as in, add to
next.
path left less back button alt plus B. Next greater install.
All right, so it goes straight to install for me, but for you, you're gonna come across, I believe it's one or two windows where you have to select the location you want it placed in. Just choose default on that, and then uh, you should be able to just click next on it. So here,
Cancel button.
whenever you click install, it's going to install, and then I believe it gives you the option to open it once it's finished. So I'm just going to exit out of this and go and open it up.
Exit setup dialog. Setup is not complete. Yes button alt plus Y. Downloads window.
Alright, so I'm going to close
Documentation for Visual Studio Code.
downloads, and then I'm going
Start window.
to
Cortana window.
open
Search.
up Visual.
Visual.
I don't know what I had left open in this.
Visual Studio Code. Document busy. Blank. Document. New notification from mail. Visual Studio Code.
Okay, so
Main.js-w.
it
Main.js.
pulls up a JS file that I had
Main.js.
open. I'm just
Main.js.
gonna
Visual Studio.
close
Done.
these.
Circle convert. W. Item. Visual. Done. Circle item. W. Active view switcher toolbar. W. Group. WP-convert time dash Visual Studio Code.
Alright, so we're gonna actually close that
Start window.
and open up another
Visual
one.
Studio. Visual Studio Code. Document. Unknown. Document. WP-convert time dash.
Alright, so what happens is it just opens up the most recent folder that you had open. So that's what it's doing here for me. But I just wanted to show you that it would open from the search. And then what we're actually going to do is the two check boxes that you had to select for add to file and add to directory. I'm about to show you what those mean because we're actually going to create a folder and then an index file, and then I'm not really gonna explain what's going on because that'll be in the future, and then you'll also learn that whenever I show you HTML and stuff like that. So it's mainly just to show you how this thing runs very quickly, and then we'll do an overview later. So we're gonna create a folder
Documentation for Visual Studio. Links.txt dash OBS. Links.obs. Videos row 2 column 2.
in the
Document
Visual
links. OBS 2
Studio
4.0.
Code
Visual Studio Code row 2
folder right here. So
space. Not selected. Context menu. New submenu
we're gonna
W.
do a new
Folder F.
submenu. We're gonna do a folder.
Visual Studio Code.
We're going to do
V S
VS
Cap C O D
Code.
E. V links.txt check. VS Code check.
Alright, so I went into that folder. I'm going to hit
Context menu.
Applications key again.
Properties. New submenu. New menu.
Create a new file this time, a
T.
text file.
VS Code window.
And I'm going
Text selected.
to call it
index.html.
index.html.
Rename dialog if you change. VS Code.
Now what I'm going to do now is deselect.
Space. Not selected. Not checked.
Now I'm going to hit my applications key. It's also same as right click or
Context
Shift
menu.
F10. And I'm going to up
Properties.
arrow.
New sub. Give access to open with code I.
It says open with code I. So I can just
VS
hit
Code
I.
window. Visual
And
Studio
it's
Code.
going to actually
Unknown. Document. VS Code dash Visual Studio Code.
you'll hear.
Welcome dash VS Code dash Visual Studio Code. Start new file open.
So it says welcome VS Code. That's the name of the folder. So now we can do a hotkey or quick key. So it's just Shift Control E.
Files Explorer dot.
And
Use
it
the navigation
opens
keys to
our File
navigate. Level 1
Explorer.
index.html.
We down arrow and we hear index.html. That's it. That's all that's in here. We hit enter.
Index.html.
Alright, it opens it right up. Puts our text editor in focus. Now I'm just going to select all, make sure there's nothing in it. And then a little trick for Visual Studio Code. It has Emmet, which is just it comes with it out of the box. So, but it gives you little shortcuts you can do in order to produce HTML, or I believe it's HTML, CSS, some JavaScript. So if you do Shift
Bang.
1, which is exclamation mark, hit Tab,
Index.html editor.
it creates a boilerplate for HTML.
4 space, no indent less slash head. 4 space less title greater document less slash title.
So we have a title. So, and I'll show you this in the future. This is something just showing you real
No
quick.
indent
So
less body greater. 4
in the
space blank.
body, I'm just
No
going to
indent. 4 space.
put
Line feed.
a heading. So
Less H 1 space greater.
greater, and then
Cap E F F space cap V
testing
cap space cap
VS
D E space
Code.
index
And the
dot
good thing is about VS Code, it just finishes your
no
tag.
indent.
So if
4 space less H1 greater testing VS Code less slash H1 greater.
you hear it says less slash H1 greater at the end. So I can save this. Now I have an extension installed, which I'll show. I'll go through some extensions in the future that I use. I'll do a video on it. So if I hit F1
Quick picker tree view.
and then type
L V E
live,
live server colon open.
it says live server open, and I hit enter.
Index.html editor edit has autocomplete multi-line. Untitled dash Google Chrome. 127.0
It opens it in the browser. So if I do a title,
document dash Google Chrome.
it says document dash Google Chrome. So if I,
Heading level 1 testing VS Code.
and then I hear my heading. So testing VS Code. Now that is what that's what I wanted to show you just to get you started, especially downloading it, because here in a couple of days I plan on coming out with a video of going through VS Code, like I said, the extensions and overviews. So but real quick, I will link this in the description, but I also have the link for the
Index
docs.
VS Code videos row welcome dash links dot text links
So
https colon
I'm gonna
https colon
copy it right here and
document
I'm
dash
gonna
index dot
paste
html
it
document dash Google Chrome address
in the
insert
Google
selection
Chrome.
removed code.visualstudio.com/docs selected code.visualstudio.com/docs clickable button skip to content
All right, so this is the documentation. If I go to the top of the page and then go to the first heading,
main landmark getting started heading level 1
it says getting started. So
Visual Studio Code is a lightweight but powerful source code editor which runs on your desktop and is available for Windows, Mac OS, and Linux. It comes with built-in support for JavaScript, TypeScript and Node.js and has a rich ecosystem of extensions for other languages such as C++, C number, Java, Python, PHP, Go right and runtimes left such as .NET and Unity right dot. Begin your journey with VS Code with these link introductory videos.
okay, so it gives us a quick description of what you can do with Visual Studio Code, and then gives you a link right here
Java, these link
to
introductory videos.
get started with introductory videos. So that's nice. There's also some text base. So um, this is a great tool to have, especially when you are looking for something specific with Visual Studio Code. So, like I said, in the future, I'm in a couple days, hopefully, I'm gonna have a video out on an overview of the extensions, and then especially the accessibility within Visual Studio Code, which I believe in the
Visual Studio Code in
documents.
top extensions heading, first steps heading, keyboard shortcut, downloads heading, keyboard shortcuts heading level.
Okay, so here's something, keyboard shortcuts. That's a big deal because you can control Visual Studio Code completely from the keyboard. So
downloads heading level 2. Privacy heading level 2. Was this documented? Button. Main landmark getting started head. Visual heading. Topics navigation land.
well, it's here. So I'll take and, like I said, get that overview video out that way so you can see it. And then um, other than that, I mean, look through it, play with it. It's a nice tool, at least just to check it out. And like I said, it's completely accessible. You just got to get used to some things and how it navigates. But um, other than that, like I said, I'll have a video soon explaining how to use it, and then, more videos to come. I hope to put out all kind of coding videos as well as business videos, because like I said in the last video, I believe I'm got a business that me and a friend of mine just started. So it started a year ago, but I just signed on as part owner with him. So um, and we're really trying to get it off the floor. So that's a new experience for me and one that I hope to document along the way. So um, thank you for watching. If you liked the video, like it. If you didn't, let me know. Dislike it. But if you do dislike it, let me know in the comments why. Because one thing I want to do is better myself with these videos. It's something to get used to. I'm not used to talking to a mic, and I've got to learn how to use all of these editing tools and then just get used to it. So I get much better, much quicker with comments, feedback. Let me know and I'll adjust. And I hope you enjoy. So, and if you have any requests on anything, let me know in the comments below, and I will do everything I can to come out with a video for it. So, I appreciate you watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Thanks.
Links.txt, index.vs, videos row 2 column, welcome dash double, OBS 2 4.